Oh, sorry. That's for a Democrat show.
Let me know when you're ready. No matter what the technical difficulty is, this man is a professional. He goes all the way.
What you represent to them is freedom.
Was an extremely great conservative commentator. We're tearing it up on Wednesday night. This is awesome. This will allow me to retort.
Well, this is Jersey Joe for the Reaver of Common Sense show. 8 p.m. on shrmedia.com.
Actually, I just totally screwed up. This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And rats. Just when you think you have everything set up and you don't. Welcome to the Reaver of Common Sense show. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm making sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover is here. We've expanded it every day to 2 hours. I'm hitting the wrong button. All right. Don't you hate when you have everything set up or you think you do and you totally flaked out? Well, that's what I did. I definitely did a big boo-boo. Let me correct this. Other than that, how's everybody doing today? That should do it. The Jersey Takeover is here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember to join the live chat. Go to shrmedia.com. Just click on the chat room button. Join the conversation. If you want to watch a broadcast, dang. If you want to watch a broadcast, go to Reaver.one. Click on the live stream. If you want to support the show or support SHR Media, go to Reaver.one/shop. We got great t-shirts. We got Second Amendment t-shirts. We have the show logo t-shirt. We have Thin Blue Line t-shirt. We have survival bracelets. We even have the Pocket Constitution Declaration of Independence for sale. So go to Reaver.one/shop. That is REAVER.ONE/SHOP. Because one of the mistakes, I'm sitting there looking, and the way I set up for the live stream, I found a program that I would only have to hit the button. You know, it would automatically update the video every day without me manually inputting the address. Well, needless to say, that didn't work. So I had to correct that on the fly. Hang on. I had the wrong show's intro up. So I had to correct that. I can see it's going to be one of those shows. Trying to do a couple things all at the same time. We got a lot to go over. Yes, we do. See what we can get through. What am I looking for? Having total brain farts. It's one of those days already, and the day's just starting. I can tell you that already. It's just... it's going to be one of those days. Yeah. What is it? The Olympics start today or tomorrow? Yeah. I noticed yesterday there was some stuff on There was a couple of soccer games. Olympic female soccer games were on yesterday. I was on that. What the hell? But the games do not officially start until tomorrow. But they have some games going. I'm not going to be watching, and I know I'm a bad person. I'm sorry. With what conditions that are going on in Rio, I don't think that this was the best choice. I understand a lot of the issues did not pop up until afterwards, but they're choosing money over human beings' lives. And I disagree with that. It's appalling. And I'm pretty sure they have insurance that can cover if they had to cancel. So it's just, I don't know. I'm appalled by it. This should have been, shouldn't be going on. They got health risk on several different levels in Rio. You have the Zika virus. You even, the swimmers are going to be swimming in certain categories in literally raw sewage. There's raw sewage flowing through the streets of Rio. No. And then last night, it appears to be an ISIS attack. Knife-wielding person killed 1, injured 5. And now, after Trump hammered Obama and the current administration on ISIS, and just the other day, he was hammering them, hammering hard, and that's one of the things he's gaining votes on is his handling of ISIS. How he would handle ISIS versus what the administration is doing. And surprisingly, all of a sudden, Obama's going to meet with Department of Defense today and then have a press conference today to announce a new strategy against ISIS. It absolutely amazes me that the politicking that this piece of shit, sorry, excuse for a president, does. He hasn't done shit to really go after ISIS for the last, 4 years? 3 years? Hasn't done shit to do anything. We could have stopped them while they were in the infancy. But no, he thought they were the JV team, so he does nothing. But now, because the Democrats are getting hurt by it, now he wants to step up and be a goddamn president. Now he wants to step up and act like he's got a set of balls on him. I still don't trust him to do anything. I don't believe he will do anything that will actually hurt ISIS. Those flyovers and little bombings were a joke. They were letting them know in advance that they were heading out there. 9 times out of 10, they were bombing empty factories and empty houses. These pilots were sitting there saying they knew where the ISIS was, could see it, wanted permission to bomb them, and couldn't get approval. They were to go hit some empty houses. So it make it look like they were doing something. Yeah, I might have a couple storms rolling in. So that's the bad thing about Florida. Storms will pop in real quick. And they're pretty heavy at times. But we'll see how it goes. Oh, now there's a report that the DOJ officials objected to a U.S. cash payment to Iran. This, I have no proof on this, but I wonder one thing, because everybody's saying that they can't keep track of that cash, that $400 million. They can't keep track of it. I'm wondering if that's just being laundered. Oh, we paid Iran their $400 million. It was theirs to begin with, yada, yada. Same bullshit they always give. But it's going to be kicked back to pay off all these politicians that voted in favor of the Iran deal. Because they all say once it's in cash, you know, they can't track where it goes. They can't track where these payments are going to go. How much you want to make a bet that that was popping right back on into the U.S. government to pay for the officials that approved for? And don't tell me that shit doesn't happen, because it does. Paul Ryan, what was it? He got paid $1 million. John Boehner got paid $3 to $4 million for voting yes. Oh. This administration, dirty, underhanded, hasn't kept any of the. Well, wait a minute. They did do Obamacare, which totally screwed us. It's. I don't know what to say anymore. It's. And I can't believe there's actually people that are stupid enough that are still considering voting Hillary. And it just, oh my God. She says in a speech that she's going to raise taxes on the middle class. And the crowd cheers it. It just. It boggles my mind. And Hillary Clinton can do no wrong in the eyes of her adoring fans, in the eyes of in the media. She has been overlooked on several issues. Why isn't she attacked about Pat Smith? She called Pat Smith a liar and the other family members a liar. That is overlooked. But I'm at wit's end anymore. I just don't even know what to say. Things are getting that messed up in this country that don't even know what to say anymore. People are so blind. The woman screams that she's going to be raising taxes on us. But yet, she still has the fans cheering. She promised to put coal miners out of work, and yet people still cheer. What more do we have to prove to show that this woman is not out for the best of the country. I'm just at a loss. She left 4 men to die. No one cares that she deleted classified information from her server, that she was emailing on a non-secure server. Again, they don't care that she says that she's going to put coal miners out of work. You know, the cost of energy is going to skyrocket. And nobody cares. Nobody cares. Yeah. Her numbers should be in the toilet. Shit, I think she ought to be able to run against Satan and still be losing against Satan. I mean, how dumb do you have to be that you hear a woman say she's going to raise taxes on you, and you cheer it? She talks how she's against Wall Street as she's funded by Wall Street. And again, everybody just cheers for her. I don't understand. You got Trump who's going to, she says, oh, he's going to give tax breaks for the super rich. He's going to cut taxes, and his tax plan is one of the best ones out there. Oh, I don't know. Maybe I'm getting too old, getting too cynical, but it's I don't know. We are in a strange world, strange time. It's this woman is not going to keep a single word. She is going to do what she's going to do to screw over anybody and everybody as long as her and her family make money. These ideas, you know, she pushes that Warren is standing up for a fair tax code. That is exactly what Trump is standing up for. And she's trying to give credit to everybody else and sit there and lie to everybody's face. And her exact words were, we're not going there, my friends. I'm telling you right now, we're going to write fair rules for the middle class, and we are going to raise taxes on the middle class. And then what do you hear? Lemmings. That's what they are. And what's messed up is this is just proving that she is paying people to be there. One of the rallies or something she held the other day, and two reporters standing next to each other. One takes a picture close up and says, look at this giant crowd that is at this rally for Hillary. And the other reporter takes a wide angle and shows that it's like 25 people there and how empty it is actually in the room. The media is going to spin things to try to make Hillary look good. And people just keep trucking along, and she's going to raise taxes. Oh, yes, she's going to raise taxes on the middle class. Yes. And it's they're after they get elected and the taxes raise, it's going to be, well, the Republicans, those damn Republicans are the ones that did it. And that's it. It just boggles my mind. It's and it's almost like the Hillary supporters don't really care what Clinton says or how her presidency will affect their wallet, just as long as she becomes the first female president in the United States. It's that, or it's just proven that she has to hire people to come and cheer for her. Because either they are mentally unstable cheering for raising the taxes on themselves. And then again, they've been beat over the head and told that because you're successful, it is your duty that you have to pay higher taxes. Oh, if you worked hard, no. I just, it's a weird life we're in. Weird life. You listen to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, High Plains Pundit Radio, ICRN Network, Red Nation Rising, YouTube, Spreaker, and iTunes. We will be right back.
Done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Now, Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. We also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
My name is Chris Peranto, call sign Tonto. I was with the Global Response Staff. We were the security element for the Central Intelligence Agency in Benghazi, Libya on 9/11/2012. Myself and my team responded to an attack that killed Ambassador Chris Stevens, Sean Smith, and two of my teammates, Tyrone Woods and Glenn Doherty. Radical Islam is basically terrorism in a nutshell. It wants to not only put down Western values, it wants to kill anybody that supports those Western values, which is freedom, which is Christianity, and which is also anything that looks poorly on Sharia law. we've allowed it again to grow into something that it shouldn't be. And it's becoming stronger and stronger every day that we don't lead from the front. Obama and Hillary, by avoiding the phrase radical Islam, they're being politically correct. They don't see it for what it is. And that's straight up destroying the Western world. Radical Islam doesn't have a fear. They will give up their lives. They will detonate themselves. They will do anything they can to fulfill Sharia law and kill the infidels. If we're not able to even say radical Islam, the word radical Islam, there's no way we can fight it. There's no way we can defeat it. The United States of America doesn't lead from behind. We're always setting the example. If not, we're going to see terrorism get bigger and bigger, and eventually it's just going to be continual lone wolf attacks in the United States. And I don't want that to happen to my kids. I don't want to see my family go through that. Please join me in waking up Washington in this fight on radical Islam, seeing the threat that it really is. Sign up at leadingfromthefront.org.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
You have been listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplains.dailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying half of the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mud Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm making sense out of the senseless, but maybe not today. The Jersey Takeover is here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember to join the live chat. Go to shrmedia.com. Just click on the chat room button. Join the conversation. If you want to watch a broadcast, go to Reaver.one. Click on the live stream button. If you want to support the show and support SHR Media, go to Reaver.one/shop. That is Reaver.one/shop. We have from t-shirts to survival bracelets to pocket constitutions. Pick them up, wear them with pride. It's going to be one of those days. I can tell it already. So Pence said that Trump strongly encouraged him to endorse his friend Paul Ryan. Wednesday told on Fox News Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump's running mate, Indiana Governor Mike Pence, said while Trump has not endorsed Speaker of the House Paul Ryan in his primary race, he did strongly encourage Pence to support his longtime friend. Pence said, I strongly support Paul Ryan. I endorsed his reelection. He is a longtime friend. He is a strong conservative leader. I want to know how he said that with a straight face, because that's one thing that Paul Ryan is not. Paul Ryan is a goddamn joke. Now, I'm glad that Trump's not endorsing him. And this shit of people getting upset that he hasn't endorsed these people when they have stuck it to Trump. Here comes the rain. You know, they haven't done shit for Trump. In fact, Ryan has done everything he can to hurt Trump's race. So why should he step up for Ryan? But Pence went on and said, I talked to Donald Trump this morning about my support for Paul Ryan and our long-time friendship. He strongly encouraged me to endorse Paul Ryan in next Tuesday's primary, and I'm pleased to do it. I am pleased to be supporting Paul Neelan. I want to see him primary Paul Ryan. I don't want to see Ryan there anymore. That man is a sellout. I'm just... I'm tired of it. Listen, if Pence wants to support him, that's his right. He can do what he wants. I will not support Paul Ryan. Paul Ryan, as there was a discussion today on Facebook about this infiltration of the Republican Party by Democrats, and one of the guys said, and I remember it, how there was a paper written that's how the Democrats would have to destroy the Republican Party. They would have to infiltrate the party and destroy it from the inside. It's... I don't know. It's... This is the craziest election I've seen. I can't understand people endorsing these people, endorsing Hillary Clinton. The only reason why they're endorsing her is because she is a female, and that is the worst reason to endorse somebody. That is sexist. And if I endorsed somebody just because he was a man, the left would blow their fucking heads up. It's ridiculous, but it's okay for them to push that she's a female, and that's why they're voting for her. That is the stupidest reason. That is destruction to this country. So, But Clint Eastwood has come out, and Donald Trump is challenging the kiss-ass generation. Clint Eastwood believes that Donald Trump is benefiting from the trend in American culture by saying what he believes. Despite criticism from all sides, he's onto something because secretly everybody's getting tired of political correctness kissing up. That's the kiss-ass generation, and we are right now, we're really in a pussy generation. Everybody's walking on eggshells. Eastwood specifically cited Trump's comment criticizing a judge who was born to Mexican parents, but indicated he was tired of the media-fueled controversy. He said a lot of dumb things, so have all of them, both sides. But everybody, the press and everybody going, oh, well, that's racist. They're making a big hoodoo out of it. Just fucking get over it. It's a sad time in history. I agree. It's that is the left's biggest weapon. And they have ruined people's careers over this false allegation, calling people racist just so that they could win a goddamn election. It's tiresome. I don't even listen to it anymore. You call me a racist, I know I'm winning the conversation. I keep going. And the liberals don't know what the hell to do. Half the time they start blocking me because they're too scared to continue with the conversation because they don't know how to deal with it. When they start getting tired and they start screaming racist, you're winning the goddamn conversation against them. They've been using the same tactics for God knows how many years now. And it's getting tiresome. Eastwood said that he hadn't spoken to Trump about an endorsement and hadn't endorsed anyone for president. He clarified he didn't agree with everything that Trump said, but indicated that it was refreshing to see an unfiltered politician. He just says what's on his mind, and sometimes it's not so good. And sometimes I can understand where he's coming from, but I don't always agree with it. But given the choice between Trump or Clinton, Eastwood suggests that he would probably vote for Trump because Clinton represents more of what Obama did to the country. I'll have to go for Trump, because she declared that she's going to follow in Obama's footsteps. A tough voice to listen to for 4 years. And oh, hell yeah. That voice, I would rather listen to nails on a chalkboard. Her voice is a shrilly... I don't know how Bill Clinton can listen to that every single day. Eastwood criticized political figures who were using their positions to make money, citing too much funny business on both sides of the aisle. She made a lot of dough out of being a politician. Overall, however, Eastwood seems dissatisfied with both Trump and Clinton. Everybody is boring everybody. It's boring to listen to all this shit, and it's boring to listen to these candidates. He added that an ideal candidate should be more understanding instead of trying to insult his way to victory. Get in there, get it done, kick ass, and take names. What I find funny is everybody's on Trump because he'll insult somebody. Well, if you don't attack him, he's not going to insult you. It's that simple. You can disagree with him, but if you attack, he's going to attack back. And he's the type of person, he's going to hit harder than you hit. It's a simple concept. Simple. Oh, do we remember back when Paul Ryan was saying that he's not ready to endorse Trump, and Trump came out and said that he can win without him, and everybody lost their goddamn head? Well, Paul Ryan's team said we can win the primary without Donald Trump. Speaker of the House Paul Ryan has not asked for Donald Trump's endorsement in his Republican primary and expects to win without it, according to his campaign. Neither Speaker Ryan nor anyone on his team has ever asked for Donald Trump's endorsement, and we are confident in a victory next week regardless. I wonder what the polls are. All of a sudden, the chair just went down. Let's see. Let me see. All right. Trying to find some polls. Damn. Taking forever for stuff to load up. One thing I hate, and I try not to do it on my website, is the overload of goddamn advertisement. All right, this poll is showing Nealon in the lead with a 46% to Ryan's 41%. And this is an open primary, so Democrats can vote and non-affiliated can vote. And a lot of them are planning on voting for Nealon. And you got 13% undecided. So that's one poll. Well, that had nothing to do with that. All right, let's see. Now it's beginning of July. Yeah, it's not. I don't want to say not looking good, but some of the polls are showing that Nealon is ahead. And I hope to God he does it. And that's why I talk about the revolution. Everybody wants to start a revolution. Let's start a revolution. Let's start getting these incumbents out of here. That simple. Get them the hell out of there. Still looking around, seeing if I can find anything. So, I'm tired of people like Paul Ryan, who says one thing to your face, but then when it comes time, he bends over and gives Obama everything that he wants. And that's what Ryan has done time and time and time again. He has given Obama everything, all the funding he wants. That is not what we elected him to do. Three of the top DNC for the DNC committee have been resigned/fired. And we're not talking kind of like Debbie Wasserman Schultz. There's three others that have resigned since the end of the convention. They're kind of quote unquote cleaning house because they're pissed. Hillary Clinton forbids the press from taking pictures of her private jet. Which I don't care. They have their own shit. They use it. Trump has his. For Pence, he went and painted one of his other planes for Pence to use. And that is, that's Trump's money. That is his property. He uses it. I get tired of okay, we're in October. We got Dum Dum coming out to he's cleared the calendar to go out and campaign with Hillary. And how is he going to be doing it? On Air Force One. Who's going to be paying it? We are. We, the people, are going to be paying that bill. That's not what he's paid to do. I can understand he wants to go to one or two campaigns. That's fine. That's what they do. But he plans on going to a shit ton of them because they know Hillary Clinton's not popular. They got to bring him out. Now, that's not the president's job. It's this election, you're seeing the true Democrat Party. Hold on. So a CNN poll just came out, and it has Hillary with that 51% lead. But what they didn't show you, the 18 to 34-year-old, they removed altogether. So it's only 35 and up. That 18 to 34, they removed from the polls. All these polls that are showing Hillary is in the lead, well, they have to doctor them. All of them are getting doctored. And we're to keep catching them doing it. And they think they're smarter and could do it. And that's why I don't believe these polls. You can't tell me Hillary goes to these rallies. You might see 2,500, 500 people. You go to a Trump rally and you got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50,000 people. And then you tell me Hillary's in the lead. No. It just, the media has a hard on for Trump and they are going after him. And that just tells me even more that he's the best one for it. I don't pay attention to Fox, especially since I found out Rupert Murdoch is an open borders advocate. It just, I don't know. I'm speechless today. What's going on is it's beyond belief. Hillary's trying to distance herself from the Iran deal, but quote, I spent 18 months putting together the sanctions against Iran so that we could force them to the negotiation table. Now that it's come out, we paid $400 million in cash to them. Now she wants to back away from it. And it just, this woman, I have not seen one successful thing that she's done that hasn't turned to shit. One job that she's created. Well, yeah, Trump creates jobs. Hillary creates scandals. Simple. And the only reason why she's getting any support is because of what is not between her legs. It's I don't know. It's not getting any better, people. We keep voting the same people in, whether it's the R or the D. It's the same goddamn people time and time and time again. And it's not doing anything. It's not helping us. We need to change it up. Going through social media, seeing what's up. And they're attacking Hillary pretty good today. And so be it. And I'm telling you, if that woman and Kane get into office, we're screwed. And it's not helping us with this invasion that we've had into the Republican Party. It's not good. So, but back to what I was actually started with was the Paul Ryan. He's trying to say that he can win without Donald Trump's endorsement. Which, remember when he said that and the Republicans flipped the lid and everybody said that was the end of his career? Oh, he can't be saying that. But nobody's saying shit to Paul Ryan. In fact, they are bitching that Trump is not supporting him. But when somebody stands up and says they're not endorsing Trump, everybody stands up and applauds it. Well, it goes both ways. Very much both ways. And he kind of did what Paul Ryan did. He went out there and I like Paul, but these are horrible times for a country. We need very strong leadership. We need a very, very strong leadership. And I'm just not quite there. I'm not quite there yet. And that is what Ryan did about the Trump endorsement. So he's getting exactly the same thing that he did. And that's poetic justice. And with that, it's getting that time again. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, High Plains Pundit Radio, ICRN Network, Red Nation Rising, Spreaker, YouTube, and iTunes. We will be right back.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Now, Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. We also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
My name is Chris Peranto, call sign Tonto. I was with the Global Response Staff. We were the security element for the Central Intelligence Agency in Benghazi, Libya on 9/11/2012. Myself and my team responded to an attack that killed Ambassador Chris Stevens, Sean Smith, and two of my teammates, Tyrone Woods and Glenn Doherty. Radical Islam is basically terrorism in a nutshell. It wants to not only put down Western values, it wants to kill anybody that supports those Western values, which is freedom, which is Christianity, and which is also anything that looks poorly on Sharia law. We've allowed it again to grow into something that it shouldn't be. And it's becoming stronger and stronger every day that we don't lead from the front. Obama and Hillary, by avoiding the phrase radical Islam, they're being politically correct. They don't see it for what it is. And that's straight up destroying the Western world. Radical Islam doesn't have a fear. They will give up their lives. They will detonate themselves. They will do anything they can to fulfill Sharia law and kill the infidels. If we're not able to even say radical Islam, the word radical Islam, there's no way we can fight it. There's no way we can defeat it. The United States of America doesn't lead from behind. We're always setting the example. If not, we're going to see terrorism get bigger and bigger, and eventually it's just going to be continual lone wolf attacks in the United States. And I don't want that to happen to my kids. I don't want to see my family go through that. Please join me in waking up Washington in this fight on radical Islam, seeing the threat that it really is. Sign up at leadingfromthefront.org.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
You have been listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplains.dailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying half of the stupid, bro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sako as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the Unpleasant Blind Guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the Reaver of Common Sense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense show. I am your host, Jersey Joe, making sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover is here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember to join the live chat. Go to shrmedia.com. Just click on the chat room. Join the conversation. If you want to watch a broadcast, go to reaver.one. Click on the live stream. And if you like the live stream, don't forget to hit subscribe and leave a comment. Lastly, do you want to support the show? Do you want to support SHR Media? Go to reaver.one/shop. That is REAVER.ONE/SHOP. Go pick up t-shirts. Thin Blue Line t-shirt. The Reaver of Common Sense show t-shirt. Pro Gun t-shirts. We got survival bracelets. We even have pocket Declaration of Independence and Constitution books. So go to REAVER.ONE/SHOP. That is reaver.one/. So, I'm hoping good things come out of Wisconsin on, I believe it's Tuesday is the election. Take a look at that. Yeah. I think it's Tuesday is their primary elections. And I want to see Paul Ryan primaried. I want to see him out of there so bad. I'm tired of him. And let me tell you, trying to think it's Kansas. Got the article in front of me. I'm trying to read. GOP House Representative Tim Hauskamp, a three-term incumbent and House Freedom Caucus member from Kansas, lost his House primary Tuesday night to challenger Roger Marshall, a physician backed by agriculture interests and several big spending outside groups. Marshall had 57% of the vote to Hauskamp's 43% when the Associated Press called the race with 72% of the precinct reporting. Hauskamp's primary in the Big First District, a safely Republican seat, became a proxy war between hardline conservatives and more traditional GOP groups and donors. And in a twist on a usual script in recent anti-incumbent House GOP primaries, Marshall campaigned as a more problematic voice, promising voters he would reclaim the district's longtime seat on the House Agriculture Committee. Hauskamp was removed from the committee in 2012 after angering House GOP leadership. People are regularly overuse the word historic, but this actually is. Brian Baker, president of the ESA Fund, a super PAC, which spent over $1 million against Hauskamp and for Marshall. Incumbents very rarely lose, which tells us that voters are demanding that Republicans in Congress work together to advance a fiscal conservative agenda to actually end out-of-control spending, not just grandstand. Now, the little other thing is Hauskamp was a anti-Trumper. He was a never-Trumper, where Marshall was supporting and endorsing Trump. Nice little tidbit for everybody. The Freedom Caucus knives out for Ryan after Hauskamp loss. Hamcast is the fourth member of Congress to lose a primary this year, and despite widespread dissatisfaction with the federal government, each loss stemmed from local events. Democrat Representative Chaka Fattah was under indictment when he lost his primary in Philadelphia, while GOP Representative Renee Elmer in North Carolina and Randy Forbes, Virginia, were shifted into new territory because of court-ordered redistricting in their states. In Hellscamp's primary, outside groups poured more than $2.5 million into the massive 63-county stretch of Kansas farmland. Much of the advertisement litigated Hellscamp's commitment to supporting local agriculture in Congress. That much more money coming in from outside, that's hard. Who runs the Kansas chapter of America for Prosperity, the national conservative group that backed Hellscamp. It flooded the district. It was impossible to avoid those messages. He got his ass handed to him. And you know what? I'm glad to see it. It gives me hope that people, at least on the conservative side, are not so blind like the Democrats, that are willing to overlook all the corruption from Hillary, all the scandals surrounding Hillary. But as long as they can vote in the first woman, that's all they care about. They don't care the destruction that will happen to the country, as long as they could vote in the first female. Ouch. That's all they care about. Paul Neon has taken the offensive to Paul Ryan's portrayal of the GOP nominee beneath dignity of his office and morally disqualifying. Wisconsin businessman Paul Nealon blasted House Speaker Paul Ryan for his repeated betrayal of both Republican nominee Donald Trump and the American electorate, who want a leader that will put the interests of America and her citizens first. Paul Ryan's repeated betrayal of the GOP nominee is beneath the dignity of the Speaker's office and morally disqualifying, Nealon declared. Nealon's statements follows Ryan's decision to join Hillary Clinton and the establishment media in rebuking Trump's common sense immigration proposal with his Sunday statement regarding the Khan family. Ryan then chose to attack Trump's trade policies at an elite donor retreat hosted by the Koch brothers. Paul Ryan has shown more passion in attacking Trump than he has ever shown in defending Americans. In particular, Nealon's highlighted Ryan's refusal to even acknowledge the victims of his open border immigration agenda, such as the angel mom whose children were murdered by illegal aliens. These are the same groups that sat outside his home. They sat outside his home trying to at least talk to him, and he refuses to do that. He refuses to see that these open borders, sanctuary cities, are not only unconstitutional, they're killing Americans, and he does not give a shit. Paul Ryan is not a conservative. Paul Ryan is a globalist. And as I've said plenty of times, anymore it seems like it's not D versus R. It's G versus N, which would be globalists versus nationalists. And that's why I'm liking some of these new faces. They care more about the country and they don't want to push this bullshit globalist crap down our throat. Paul Ryan is out for himself. Nothing more, nothing less. He's shown it time and time again. He has screwed over the American people. He has helped Obama and pushing this immigration crisis onto us. We have politicians that think they know better all over the world, and it's failing them. In particular, Nealon highlighted Ryan's refusal to even acknowledge the victims of his open border and immigration agenda, such as the angel moms. Speaker Ryan only cares about the deaths of innocent Americans so long as their death comport with donors' desired narrative. Paul Ryan took an oath and swore to uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States, but his only loyalty is to money, his only allegiance to his donors. The only issue that he cares about is the expansion of his own personal power. Nealon added that throughout this election cycle, the American people made themselves resounding clear. In nominating Mr. Trump, they voted for borders. They voted for trade deals that protect American jobs and wages. And they voted to defend national sovereignty. On all these issues, Paul Ryan finds himself firmly against the American people. On these critical issues, Paul Ryan sides with Hillary Clinton and his corporate donors. Earlier on Tuesday, Donald Trump announced that he is not quite ready to endorse Speaker Ryan in his primary. Trump noted that Nealon is running a very good campaign. As it's been reported, Nealon is running on a pro-American platform, arguing in contrast to Ryan that needs the American citizens should be a congressman's first priority. If elected, Nealon would likely join the pro-American wing of the GOP Congress led by Jeff Sessions and Congressman Dave Brat. By contrast, Speaker Ryan is the ideology leader of the globalist wing of the Republican Party. Ryan emphasizes that the need of the foreign citizens are equal to the needs of American citizens. In fact, Ryan has previously suggested that the U.S. lawmakers must put themselves in the shoes of foreign citizens and then put forth legislation proposals that would best serve the interests of these foreign citizens. Ryan's views, which is dominant amongst the GOP establishment, reflects that the belief that Americans are only part of many interest groups that a congressman ought to consider when crafting legislation, even as he negotiates with other countries, which always puts their citizens first. That says it all right there. Ryan cares more about these illegal immigrants. He cares more about his wallet. He does not care about the American people. He is not upholding his oath to office. And I'm sorry, I take oaths seriously. I took them serious when I took them as a firefighter and as a EMT. And these politicians, they're not out for the best of the country. Period. They don't care about the citizens. It's how can they make more money. And we, as people, should be saying enough's enough. And let's start primarying these dumbasses. Knock them out during the primary season. Get new blood in there. It's time. Already, Speaker Ryan has massively outspent Nealon. Indeed, Ryan has nearly $10 million at his disposal in a campaign war chest. Ryan has used these funds to flood the district with what Nealon has described as dishonest ads designed to convince voters that Ryan's committed to securing American borders and curbing Islamic migration. When in direct against that, his policies that he has pushed and passed in the House as the Speaker. He has given interviews saying he is against stopping any type of Islamic immigration. Well, he's against stopping it. He wants more Islamic immigration to come into this country. He doesn't want to secure our borders. He wants open borders. And he's out there lying to the people directly. And anybody that has a paper can tell and read the lies that he gives. Time and time again, he has done it. Time and time. But yet he can flood the district with lies because he knows he will get voted out if the people know the truth about him. In reality, Ryan has a 2-decade-long record of supporting expansive immigration policy. Ryan is, in fact, the leader of the anti-border movement in Congress. Nealon has managed to significantly close the gap in polls despite virtually no national or local media coverage. Sabotaged by the state party and nearly no support from Washington, conservative media figures like Mark Levine. Despite all these significant obstacles to Nealon's insurgent campaign to unseat the Republican House Speaker, Wisconsin Governor Scott Walker has described Ryan's campaign against his pro-American primary challenger as potentially Ryan's toughest fight yet. Nealon's statement on Ryan's repeated betrayal can be read in full. Republican House Speaker Paul Ryan has spent 2 months working against his party's nominee and the American people who want a leader that will put the interests of America and her citizens first. Paul Ryan's repeated betrayal of the GOP nominee is beneath the dignity of the Speaker of the office and morally disqualifying. Paul Ryan has shown more passion in attacking Trump than he has ever shown in defending Americans. Whether you are a Republican or a Democrat, it's hard to disagree with the fact that Ryan's effort to undermine the Republican nominee while pretending to endorse the nominee is the kind of two-faced, dishonest politics that has caused Americans of all political stripes to come to loathe Washington, D.C. Following his statement on the Khan family, in which Ryan joined Hillary Clinton and the establishment media in rebuking Trump's common sense immigration proposal, Ryan then opted to use the Koch brothers' elite donor retreat to attack Trump's trade policy in order to push his own globalist economic agenda, which is wildly out of step with voters across party lines in Wisconsin's 1st congressional district. Paul Ryan took an oath and swore to uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States, but his only loyalty is to money. His only allegiance to his donors, and the only issue that he's ever cared about is the expansion of his own personal power. Wisconsinites are entitled to be honest and principled leaders, not politicians who say anything, do anything, or lie about anything to deliver for their wealthy financial donors. Throughout this election cycle, the American people made themselves resoundingly clear. In nominating Mr. Trump, they voted for borders. They voted for trade deals that protect American jobs and wages, and they voted to defund national sovereignty. On all these issues, Paul Ryan finds himself firmly against the American people. Beltway and media elites have praised Paul Ryan for a statement regarding the Khan family in which he denounced Donald Trump's immigration policies. But where was Paul Ryan's statement rebuking Hillary Clinton after grieving parents whose children were killed by murderous illegal aliens said that Clinton-backed policies were to blame for their child's deaths? When 4 angel moms came to Ryan's guarded estate and stood in front of his personal border wall to tell their story, Ryan ignored them. In fact, Ryan fled from these mothers. Why? Because their family tragedies do not comport with Ryan and his donors' open border immigration agenda. As these moms explained in a letter they tried to deliver to Speaker Ryan, if Paul Ryan only cared as much about us as he cares about his donors, we might have been spared from our loss. Apparently, Speaker Ryan only cares about the deaths of innocent Americans so long as their deaths comport with donors' desired narrative. The stake of Wisconsin's 9th district election cannot be clearer. 1 week from today, the voter of Wisconsin have the chance to take back their government and reclaim the people's house. On August 9th, with one vote, Wisconsin voters can stop amnesty. With one vote, Wisconsin voters can stop the lives of countless innocent Americans. Can save the lives of countless innocent Americans. With one vote, Wisconsin voters can stop TPP. One vote, Wisconsin voters can save the entire nation from globalism. With one vote, Wisconsin voters can take back our district from the special interests who own Paul Ryan. With one vote, Wisconsin voters can stop Ryan's lies, his disdain, his deceit, and his betrayal. August 9th is Wisconsin's Independence Day. Again, we're fighting for our freedoms here, people. And these incumbents are fighting us tooth and nail every step. They are not doing anything that is helping us. They are only doing what helps them. It's these globalists that are pushing that issue. They don't care how many innocent people are killed as long as they get their money. That's all. They don't care how many Americans die in the process because they're going to make their millions of dollars. And it's Democrat, it's Republican. Both parties are infested. That is not what's best for the country. That is not what's best for the United States. And we need to stop it. And it'll be even easier to stop it in primaries. Let's put people that care about the country before all else. We got to stop worrying about all these other countries and how it's going to affect them while screwing over our own country. Time and time again, we do that. We got to worry about our own before we worry about anything else. When I start seeing Republicans like Paul Ryan, who has sided with Obama on everything, but then stands out front and says he's going to fight Obama, and he's yet to fight him. He stands out there and parrots the Democrat and lamestream media. The man has sold out. And let's run him out of the Republican Party. Let's cleanse the Republican Party of these globalists. And let's start worrying about our country and protecting our people before anybody else. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, High Plains Pundit Radio, ICRN Network, Red Nation Rising, Speaker, YouTube, iTunes. We will be right back.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Now, Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. We also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
My name is Chris Peranto, call sign Tonto. I was with the Global Response Staff. We were the security element for the Central Intelligence Agency in Benghazi, Libya on 9/11/2012. Myself and my team responded to an attack that killed Ambassador Chris Stevens, Sean Smith, and two of my teammates, Tyrone Woods and Glenn Doherty. Radical Islam is basically terrorism in a nutshell. It wants to not only put down Western values, it wants to kill anybody that supports those Western values, which is freedom, which is Christianity, and which is also anything that looks poorly on Sharia law. We've allowed it again to grow into something that it shouldn't be. And it's becoming stronger and stronger every day that we don't lead from the front. Obama and Hillary, by avoiding the phrase radical Islam, they're being politically correct. They don't see it for what it is. And that's straight up destroying the Western world. Radical Islam doesn't have a fear. They will give up their lives. They will detonate themselves. They will do anything they can to fulfill Sharia law and kill the infidels. If we're not able to even say radical Islam, the word radical Islam, there's no way we can fight it. There's no way we can defeat it. The United States of America doesn't lead from behind. We're always setting the example. If not, we're going to see terrorism get bigger and bigger, and eventually it's just going to be continual lone wolf attacks in the United States. And I don't want that to happen to my kids. I don't want to see my family go through that. Please join me in waking up Washington in this fight on radical Islam, seeing the threat that it really is. Sign up at leadingfromthefront.org.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
You have been listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and HighPlainsDailyNews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cop for the stupid bro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guy. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the Reaver of Common Sense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense show. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm making sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover is here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember to join the live chat. Go to shrmedia.com. Just click on the chat room button. Join the conversation. If you want to watch a broadcast, go to Reaver.one, click on the live stream. While you're there, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment. And if you want to support the show and support SHR Media, go to Reaver.one/shop. That is REAVERONE. REAVER.ONE/SHOP. Tongue-tied today. So, found a couple articles I was reading during the break, and it's more and more the polls are getting caught tampering with the poll numbers that show Hillary is up. Talk briefly. There's the one poll where they took out the 18 to 34 category. That whole category they took out. Now Reuters was caught just totally retweaking their whole way they do their polls. Another one got caught that they had over 100 Democrats extra that were in the poll, which swayed the numbers to Hillary. It's happening nonstop. They're getting caught trying to help Hillary. And it's disgusting. They're trying to sway people's vote. They're trying to sway the election. They're tampering with the election. These polls are supposed to be independent, neutral, and non-biased, but they are biased towards Hillary. We're seeing Siri on your iPhone. If you ask it about the Hillary's America movie, it'll either tell you there's no such thing, or it gives you the wrong information. It'll tell you the wrong movie theaters. The tech companies are in bed with Hillary. They're helping her. They have to hide so much information on this woman to get her elected. They have to tweak the polls to try to put her ahead. And it's appalling that we have this in this day and age. It shows you how bad they are scared of Trump, that Trump is going to clean things up, that these companies and these interest groups are going to lose their control over the country. And that's what it comes down to. They're not going to be able to buy them off like they could buy off Hillary. The senators, the congressmen, all of them, they're going to lose their money. Because you're not going to be able to buy off Trump. It's a sad day in our country when it comes down to this. Our whole government has become corrupt, top to bottom. It's been corrupt for a while, but it's really shining a light on what's going on now. And the cockroaches are scurrying. These cockroaches are just running around. The lights come on, and they're running around trying to scramble to save themselves. It's sickening. And for the first time, The FBI has charged a law enforcement officer in the United States with attempting to provide material to support Islamic State, ISIS. The accused, a 36-year-old transit police officer in Washington, D.C. named Nicholas Young, was arrested by the FBI on Wednesday at the Metropolitan Police Headquarters, according to the Washington Post. Young was caught in a FBI sting operation in which an undercover operative for the Joint Terrorism Task Force convinced him to provide codes for mobile messaging cards that Young believed would be used by Islamic State fighters overseas to communicate. As the Washington Post reports, NBC News more specifically detailed that Young attempted to buy 22 mobile messaging gift cards for ISIS. He had a total of 20 meetings with an FBI informant who was posing as an Islamic State fighter. ABC News reported that Metro Police initiated the probe into Young, who has been under investigation by the FBI for several years, as outlined by Washington Metro Area Transit Authority CEO Paul Whitefeld, whatever the hell, and a memo to his colleagues on Wednesday morning. CEO Paul also notified his colleagues that Young was fired effective immediately. Since I received my first briefing on this matter, Metro Transit Police Chief Pavlik and I have worked hand in glove with the FBI in the interest of public safety and to ensure that this individual will be brought to justice. Young has been working for the D.C. Metro Police since 2003, despite being monitored by the FBI since 2010, and traveling to Libya twice in 2011 to fight alongside rebel forces against the regime of Muammar Gaddafi. NBC quotes prosecutors describing him as a longtime supporter of Islamic extremism who also has Nazi sympathies. It seems incredibly risky to have left him in his position for so long, but officials assured the media he did not pose any threat to the metro system, as the Associated Press puts it. Young is scheduled to make his first court appearance today and could face up to 20 years in prison if convicted. What the hell has this country come to? We are in trouble, top to bottom, inside and out. I don't know. Hang on one second. No, I don't know what to take. Dennis Leary rewrote his lyrics, asshole, and dressed up as Bill Clinton. A friend of his dressed as Hillary and sang it for Donald Trump. Leary. These elitists, I don't know. Sometimes it's all overwhelming and it gets to you and you just want to say, fuck it. But it's worth the fight and we'll keep on going one step at a time. One step at a time, we got to fight this and keep going. If not, it's our families that will pay the price. Our kids will pay the price. Our grandkids pay the price. We've got a long road ahead of us. Long road. I'm also looking at, I forget the woman's name. She just endorsed Paul Nealon. She's also wait a minute. Pat Smith has given an interview, and she says, I don't know how to explain Sean. She said, he was my only child. We kind of lived together. I took care of him. He had nobody else than me, and we were very, very close. Every place he was stationed, I tried to go and visit him. All over the world I went. Sean served in the Air Force before becoming an IT contractor for the State Department. His mother recalled that he tried to enlist in the Navy, but she refused to sign the papers. There we go. She said Sean loved being in the Air Force, where he served for 8 years, keeping in touch with her on an almost daily basis. Then he went to work for the State Department after concluding his Air Force service. I don't think there was any difference in time. He just went from one to the other, so I believe he had it all set up ahead of time. And she goes on, she pulled the security from him. I wanted Hillary to explain mainly why she did what she did. They haven't talked to me. They treat me like dirt. I want the whole world to know what Hillary would do. She purposely treated me like dirt and will not answer any questions that I have. And then I see her on TV saying it was not my bailiwick. People were asking why all this was like that. She says it was not my bailiwick. This is the only person I've heard of doesn't have a bailiwick when you're running the whole darn department. If it was her department and it's not her bailiwick, what? Why? Why can't these things be answered to me? Why did my son have to die? What happened is I get people tell me, people until very recently told me that they put a hit on me because they don't like the way I talk. Well, I'm still here, people. I'm still here, and I still want to know why my son is dead. She would later clarify in the interview the hit she referred to were threats of violence meant to intimidate her or express deep contempt for her rather than serious plots to injure her. Smith said she talked to the House Benghazi Committee Chairman Trey Gowdy earlier in his committee's investigation, and after the hearings were over, she was given a copy of the transcripts. There's 1 million pages, and none of them answer anything. I went through this. I did not read every single word, but I read most of them. It doesn't tell me anything. The only thing I found out about this is that Hillary was not required to answer truthfully. I want to know why. Why wasn't she required to answer truthfully? Even though she doesn't admit it, it was her bailiwick. So that's what I've got out of the hearing. When the interviewer asked for a list of specific questions, she would ask Hillary if she could. Smith cried, I did that. I went on national TV. I begged her, please tell me what happened. And she doesn't answer. Nothing. I begged her to tell me. She doesn't talk to me. I'm a nobody. I'm a very non-important person, nobody that she doesn't have to because she is Hillary. Smith said that at a memorial service, when the bodies of the Benghazi fallen were returned, she asked Hillary, please tell me what happened. The answer she got was, it was the fault of this video. I asked her, what video? I don't know anything about a video. Nobody told me anything about that. And she says, well, she's going to check into everything. And if it's any different than a video, she will get back to me and let me know. And from that moment on, I am not to be talked to by the State Department. Every time I called, which was many times, they told me I am not part of the immediate family, and they don't have to tell me. This is what I get from the State Department to this day, and I still begging her, just tell me what it is. if it's so darn secret, I won't tell anybody anything. Just tell me what happened so I understand. But no, she won't do that because she's Hillary Clinton. And the only thing I know about this is what the security guards told me. And that's the ones who pulled my son out from a burning building told me. But Hillary won't, because it was still, as far as she's concerned, it was still part of the video. She talked to her daughter, Smith points out, referencing Clinton's email to her daughter, Chelsea, on the night of the Benghazi attack. She talked to all kinds of other people about it, but she won't talk to me. And I won't shut up until I know why my son is dead. My only son, my only child. The interviewer noted that when Chris Wallace of Fox asked Clinton about Pat Smith the day after her speech at the Republican National Convention, Clinton said Smith and the grieving father of Tyrone Woods may not recall everything that was or wasn't said during their encounter at the memorial service. It also went on and asked Smith if Clinton was calling her a liar. You betcha she is, replied an angry Pat Smith. You betcha. And she is the one that remembers everything. I'm not right. Everything that I said is incorrect because she remembers it in the way she wants to remember it. I know what she told me. I know what she told me and stressed it. Then I went around the room talking to the other people that were there, Obama and Panetta and the rest, and I asked them the same thing. And you know, they told me the exact same thing. It was the fault of the video. And if everybody remembers, and there's video of it, Hillary, at that day, she gave a speech in front of cameras and blamed it on a video. Period. Now, all those people in that room, were they lying to me? They must have been, because they all knew. They knew what happened at that time, at that ceremony. And since then, I've gotten nothing more from my beloved government but lies. And then they get on TV and call me a liar. I know what I heard, and may God strike me dead. I am telling the truth, she declared. Hillary, did you hear that? Can you say that with a straight face? Actually, she probably could, because Hillary has no problem lying to anybody at any time about anything. It was asked if she had received any recognition compared to the Gold Star status awarded to the parents of military personnel killed in the line of duty. Smith said a medal was awarded to her son posthumously, but she doesn't know what it was, as the medal was not placed in her custody. Also, Sean's name was recorded on a plaque in the Hugh. I'm assuming that they've been in contact with Sean's wife, who has been involved in all this. I'm sure. I don't know. They don't speak to me. I'm not a Gold Star mother. I believe from the bottom of my heart that she knew it was going to happen, because he told me, he told her. I don't know who he spoke to, the one that was designated to take those. He was a communicator. He communicated all these things to the State Department. He knew what he was doing, and he knew he was going to die. Smith clarified that her son's sense of impending danger was based on his observation of the situation in Benghazi, including tongue-tied, suspicious behavior by what she called the February 17th people, whoever they are. And that is a reference to the Libyan militants that was supposed to be providing security for American installations in Benghazi. According to Sean, the February 17th militia was taking pictures of everything, including the diesel containers they had set on fire. She also noted that Sean, an avid player of online computer games, put out a message on the game network that said, "Assuming I don't die, I'll see you tomorrow." There was no protection, and the ambassador knew it too. He kept asking and begging for help. And then when the contractors were asking for help after Sean was dead, that they were still on top of the roofs over there trying not to get killed, they were told that they shouldn't go and help and stand down. There were 4 different stand-down orders in our government. Someone in our government says, oh, no, we never said that. But 4 different times. 3 times for a stand down and 1 time for a don't go. I will believe the people that were in Benghazi. I will believe the military personnel that were sitting in the choppers ready to go for the rescue that never got the okay to go in. I'm not going to believe a politician that was sitting stateside behind a comfy chair. Now, mainstream media ignores Pat Smith because it does not fit to their narratives. But they push Mr. Khan all over the news, who pushed lies in his speech, who is a parrot for the Democrat Party. And then they try to attack anybody that responds back to Mr. Khan because we're not supposed to speak back to a Gold Star family. Well, their son was a hero, and I'm not attacking their son's credibility. But the speeches that Mr. Khan gave are disgusting and directly against the sacrifice their son gave. Pat Smith is attacked nonstop. Hillary treats her like garbage. She was lied to over the caskets of dead Americans. It's on video. But yet Hillary says it never happened. It is. They ignore the widow of Tyrone Woods, who is a Gold Star widow. They ignore her. The media is so far in bed with trying to help Hillary. It's disgusting. It's going to be a long fight going up to November. And even then, it's still going to be a hell of a fight trying to overcome all this corruption, the lies. We know fraud's going to take place in the election. We know it. We've seen it. That doesn't mean we quit fighting. We just keep on fighting the good fight because it is worth it. Well, it's that time. I know today probably wasn't one of my best of the best shows, but it's the fight that we have to fight, and we have to keep going. And I'll be here tomorrow, 11 o'clock, fighting the fight. Hopefully you will too. Have a good day. You've been listening to the Reaver of Common Sense with its host, Jersey Joe. You can tune in every day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on hppundit.com and shrmedia.com.